Just tell us about the labour situation and your 2-year wage agreement.
When we were speaking 6 months ago, all I was talking about was people being on strike and so forth. So I'm really pleased that these 6 months has gone as well as it has, in an environment when labour relations are really quite difficult in our industry. So the 2-year wage agreement started in July last year and lasts for 2 years. And in the middle of it, i.e. July this year, we have an increase of between 8 and 10%. So I'm hoping that we can have an increase without anybody having to fight for it. So I think it's fantastic, and I'm very pleased to be in this position.
And you've got the Envision scheme, which makes some of the people shareholders.
Again, this time 6 months ago, people were saying to me, how can people go on strike when they are shareholders and have got so much money out of it? And I said, just remember that it was a small number of people who went on strike and not the entire workforce. This time, I think when we give our dividend, each employee will get approximately 12,000 Rand cash. And on top of a salary and everything that they get, I think that's a very welcome thing, and we're very pleased about that. We will continue. 2.2 billion so far has been spent on housing, and we're going to go to about 3.5 billion before we finish the current phase. And we're carrying on with the housing at Sishen, and we'll also be carrying on with the housing for the Dingleton resettlement.
And your BEE seems to be a model.
Everything that we put on paper has come to be in Kumba. So when you look at the ownership, we have created a big black-owned, black-controlled mining company. But even more pleasing is the way that employees are part of our wealth creation, and communities are part of our wealth creation. And when you look at local procurement, when you look at blacks in management, etc., we are hitting all the knots. We're going to spend 140 million Rand in the community through the SIOC CDT. In addition, we're spending 77 million. We've already spent in this half 77, and for the year about 160 million in the communities. What impresses me the most is the amount of money they spend on capacity building, on teaching small entrepreneurs to become big entrepreneurs, on teachers and what they can do to the community, rather than just on bursaries. And I think the effect is just tremendous.